What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back again with another video after I just finished making the other one. After Travis Dermott was traded to the Vancouver Canucks, now the Leafs have made it official with all of the people on Twitter basically talking about it. Mark Giordano is a member of the Toronto Maple Leafs, as well as Colin Blackwell. It looks like the return is 2 second-round picks and a third-round pick, as well as 50% retained on Mark Giordano, as what's being reported by the fourth period David Pagnotta. So this is insane. The Leafs are really doing some stuff here. They're really making some moves. But all I ask of you guys before you keep going, like this video and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love for you guys to check out my videos. I've got tons more coming, but I know a lot of you who are watching are not subscribed. I'd really appreciate it, liking and subscribing. It's completely free. But let's get on to the video because there's a lot to talk about. So earlier on, Chris Johnston had tweeted out that Mark Giordano was traded to the Leafs. Ryan Leslie seemed to be the guy that was on it first. Then Myrtle talked about the fact that if the Leafs did a bunch of these things here, you know, Mrazek's on waivers, Clifford's on waivers, maybe Liljegren going down, Robertson went down, trading Dermott, they would have extra cap space. And he said that the sources are whispering that the Leafs are trying to pull off something big. Well, that's where this comes in, because the Leafs, like I said, they traded 2 seconds and a third to Seattle for Mark Giordano and Colin Blackwell. Now, the Leafs didn't trade their first. They didn't trade Matthew Nyes, who they believe could maybe come in a bottom six role and try to fill a need for the Toronto Maple Leafs. They seem like they're in a good spot. Now, could the Leafs possibly do more? Maybe. I'm not too positive how all the cap stuff is going to work. We're just going to focus on this video first, because if Jake Muzzin stays out, then obviously there's more that they could do here. But this seems like Jake Muzzin's going to be out until the first round. So we're going to have to really see how the Leafs are going to maneuver around here. But this is a very significant trade. Now, the reason why this is significant is because this $6.75 million cap hit here, that's why it had to be 50% retained. But Giordano has been around the league for a long time, and this year he has 23 points in 55 games played. He's not the same offensive, defenseman that he used to be, where he could put up big numbers, obviously a Norris Trophy winner, but he's still really good defensively. He still will give you something defensively. Now, and this is perfectly summed up by Dom Lucian, basically saying Mark Giordano is not the player he once was, but defensively he has a lot to offer. I know a lot of people don't like charts like this, but basically it's showing that defensively he's still really good. He can do things very well in terms of his role in a top 4 role, market value over $6 million. Of course, the salary is at 6.8. I don't care that he's 38 years old. I was worried about the return, but the fact that it was only a couple seconds and a third, looking at the prices that have been paid by certain teams for defensemen or anybody, look at the Hagel return as well. I was worried what the Leafs were going to pay for Giordano, because it looked like Giordano wanted to play for Toronto. So my whole thing was just get him in the offseason when he's free. But if you're going on a run right now, you kind of need to pick up some pieces, and that's why Colin Blackwell is also involved in this deal. $725,000 cap hit. He actually is a pretty decent player. I was kind of happy when his name was involved in this deal, because I am familiar with the player. I believe he played with Panarin a little bit with the Rangers as well. But 17 points in 39 games played this year with the Kraken, not exactly getting a really big shot right now. He hasn't been given a huge shot by Seattle to really prove what he can do consistently. But I think the bottom 6 role for him will be really good. And as you can see, again, Dom Lucian posting another chart here. He's a very good bottom 6 defensive forward. He's a guy that will give you a little bit of points here and there, but I think the Leafs really want him for his bottom 6 role, and he actually will throw some hits. You can see he's 9th in hits on the Kraken, and I don't believe he's played nearly as many games as some of his teammates have played. Yeah, 39 games played. Some of his teammates are in the 50s. and 60s in terms of games played. 57 hits, not too bad. He'll definitely fit right in. Now, I think a lot of people also were worried about why the Leafs didn't announce this deal earlier. So waiting until after 5 p.m. Eastern to complete the Giordano deal would provide some additional flexibility for the Leafs in terms of creating space. Of course, Cap Friendly's always on this. It would give them the benefit of saving Clifford and Mrazek's cap space if they clear. But who knows what's going to happen? If Mrazek clears waivers, that's more money, but the Leafs aren't, they're not banking on that. I don't think anybody's going to be picking up Mrazek. I'm not really sure how all of this works, but I'm just tweeting or just saying what Cap Friendly was saying because some of this stuff is just insane on how the cap works and everything like that. But I think Mark Giordano is going to really provide some more added defense to this team that the Leafs desperately need. With Jake Muzzin coming back, hopefully he's going to be coming back very healthy in the first round of the playoffs. There's a bunch of different possibilities. You could go back to Riley Brody, but now it would probably make sense to go back to Giordano Brody. Do you go Riley, Lyubushkin, Giordano, Brody, and then, Muzzin, Liljegren, or Muzzin Sandin, or Muzzin Hall? Now the Leafs have some very good added depth. Do the Leafs go with 7 defensemen in the playoffs? Do you have Timothy Liljegren playing with Riley because his numbers have looked good with him? There's a bunch of different possibilities that the Leafs can do with their blue line, and that's what's exciting about this. But honestly, I like the deal. I do like the deal. I think that trading away multiple picks sometimes is kind of tricky because you're still giving up a couple seconds. You're still giving up a third. So you are still emptying the cupboards a little bit for a move like this. But at the end of the day, you're picking up a top 4 defenseman. You're picking up a defensively sound bottom 6 player. And I think the Leafs only benefit from something like this. Now, we're also going to, while we're here, we might as well check Twitter for more details because I'm sure there's going to be more. Yeah, Pierre LeBrun reporting. I might as well show this to you guys while I'm reading this. Seattle retaining 50% on Giordano's cap hit and salary. Leafs were able to get this done without spending a first-round pick, which was important to Kyle Dubas. And again, that's very important here. The Leafs did not want to give up that first. They did not want to give up Matthew Nyes. So technically, they're giving up secondary assets. They're giving up secondary pieces for this team, which are still very valuable, but they're not giving up the top prospect. They're not giving up the first-round pick, and that's amazing. So full recap from the fourth period. To the Leafs, Mark Giordano and Colin Blackwell. To Seattle, second-round pick in 2022, a second-round pick in 2023, and a 2024 third-round pick. So, damn, they traded some future picks in terms of the second and third. Seattle retains 50% of Giordano's contract. For some of the prices, like I said, I do like the price of this trade, but I know some people are going to have their own opinions, and we'll have to see if the Leafs do anything else. I would expect them not to. They got their defenseman. They said they didn't want to upgrade in goal. They did make another move, signing a KHL goaltender, which I could make another video on tomorrow. But for right now, the craziness seems for the Leafs to be this trade. This is going to be the biggest move that they make, and it's a good one. It really is. So if you guys are new here, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Mark Giordano, Colin Blackwell, new members of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And again, I just want to say shout out to Travis Dermott going to Vancouver. I wish him all the best, but big trade. And hopefully you guys will stick around by liking and subscribing here. Lots more videos coming, much more trade analysis, because there's more pieces to this that I haven't even talked about that could change tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that. Love and appreciate you guys as always. And hopefully, if I could speak, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.